These are the craziest Smithers moments in The Simpsons. Homer tries to raise Smithers' spirits by finding him a man, and when he succeeds, Smithers quits working for Mr. Burns. The Burns cage opens with Mr. Burns and Smithers on a plane, ready to jump out.
Sir, please, don't do this.
Oh, stop your smithering.
Why does he think that jumping out of a plane at his age is a good idea? Mr. Burns jumps and passes out. So, Smithers jumps after him to save him. They land, in one piece, thankfully, and when Mr. Burns comes to it, he stands up and says that he did it all by himself, and asks Smithers why he always has to be underfoot.
Sorry, sir, if there were a less spectacular way to save your life, I should have found it.
Wow, that poor man is trying his hardest to please Mr. Burns. Smithers tried to tell Mr. Burns that while they were coming down, he thought they weren't going to make it. Smithers thought that he'd never get to say something he always wanted to.
The truth is, sir, I'm in love with...
The sound of your own voice?
Jesus, Monty, cut the man some slack. He's trying to profess his undying love for you. Mr. Burns told Smithers not to take this the wrong way, but... Oh, I'm about to start swinging if Smithers doesn't, because the audacity of that man is just making my blood boil. Smithers was crushed, and he began taking his anger out on Homer, Lenny, and Carl, so they met up later at Moe's to discuss what they should do. Homer makes a plan to find Smithers a boyfriend. They contemplate the fact that Smithers likes Burns, but Burns doesn't want Smithers. Moe asks Marge, isn't it sad?
When somebody really wants somebody and they're sitting across the bar from you married to Homer.
Moe, this is why Marge doesn't come here much. Please, tone it down a bit. They start swiping on Grindr, and Marge says that maybe they should invite all the gays to a party, so Smithers can choose for himself. So Smithers comes to their Meet Bachelors party, and he immediately realizes what's going on. Smithers says that he's going to leave after a drink. Yeah, we'll see about that. Smithers gets talking with Julio, Marge's hairdresser, and a bartender at this crazy party, and he starts relaxing for a change. Smithers tells Homer to take the next couple of days off, as he has a nice time with Julio. Smithers and Julio start dating, and I'd say things are starting to look up for Waylon.
Did you used to jog with Monty?
Sort of.
Yeah, let's not reminisce on that. The next week, Smithers comes to work late, and Mr. Burns asks him where he's been, and he immediately puts him to work. But Smithers says he won't do it.
In fact, what I'm going to do is quit. My God, I did it. I actually quit.
No one quits me.
Well, somebody just did. Mr. Burns tries to get rid of Smithers by opening doors in the floor, but Smithers successfully dodges all of them.
One more button.
You're forgetting who installed this system.
Oh, that must have felt so good. Mr. Burns tries to find a replacement for Smithers, but you know, you'd have to be a specific breed of person to do Mr. Burns' bidding. Mr. Burns asks her to release the hounds.
Well, what do you mean?
Send vicious dogs to rip him to shreds.
But wouldn't I be criminally liable?
A question Smithers never asked. Smithers and Julio go out on a date, and before Julio got there, Smithers went to cut his food for him, which was very weird.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I used to do that for Mr. Burns.
Please stop talking about your ex-love on a date. Julio tells Waylon that he's taking a trip to his homeland, Cuba, and he asks him if he'd like to join. Smithers wasn't really sure about this trip, but who says no to Havana?
Oh, what the hell? This is going to be the time of my life. I'm in!
They take the trip, and Smithers is really having the time of his life. Until Smithers says that he is in a new world and has completely forgotten about...
What, the buzzard of death? It reminds you of him.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sir? Oh, hell no. I wouldn't take that if I was Julio. Julio tells Waylon that he addresses him like he did Mr. Burns, and that everything reminds him of Monty.
Waylon, I am a man who needs 100% commitment, okay? Okay, well, maybe not 100, but at least like 20.
Hey, at least he's being fair and honest. Not like Smithers here.
So tell me now, Waylon, am I in the green?
I'm afraid not.
Now I feel really bad for both of them. Meanwhile, Mr. Burns has been talking to his lawyers, and he said that everyone who's replaced Smithers has been nothing but trouble. He asked them what he should do, and they told him that his only option is to get Smithers back. Mr. Burns says that he needs to write an apology straight from the heart.
Have it on my desk first thing tomorrow. And write yourselves apologies from me to you.
I guess anything goes when you're rich. The next day, Mr. Burns and Smithers meet for lunch. Mr. Burns said he got there as soon as he heard Smithers wanted to meet. He said he took something called an Uber? What a horrid experience. Before he said anything, Mr. Burns checked out everything he brought with him to bribe Smithers into coming back. But before he finished that thought, Smithers interrupted him.
Let me say, I don't want money, and I don't want some letter written by your lawyers.
Smithers says he wants to know why he wants him back. Oh, he knows him so well.
I see. Well, the thing is, you really care about me, don't you?
Maybe a little, still.
I mean, after a lifetime of working for him, how could he not? Mr. Burns said that there's one thing he's never given to him. He said he kept it bottled up inside all these years.
And here it is, your performance review. It's excellent.
Amazingly, that's enough. Thank you, sir.
No way. Ain't no way that's enough. Do you have any self-respect, Waylon? I guess not. Later that night, Smithers was sitting at Moe's and Milhouse came into the bar and asked him, why do guys do such stupid things when it comes to dames? You're barking up the wrong tree, Milhouse. Smithers went on to say,
The possibility that one day you might get what you want, even though the reality is you probably never will.
okay, this has depressed me. Can we get on to a lighter subject? Moe tries to keep his straightness a secret when he opens a gay bar with Smithers. Flaming Moe opens with Mr. Burns writing his will, and Smithers asks him if that's his will he and his lawyers are working on.
We're almost through the half hour per day where you're mentally competent and demented.
Sometimes I forget how easily someone could take advantage of Mr. Burns. That night, Smithers snuck into Mr. Burns' office to see if he put him into his will, and as he read it,
My faithful and constant companion.
Your tortoise?
how humiliating that must be. Smithers asked Mr. Burns how could he leave him out of his will, since he's his right-hand man, and Mr. Burns had a perfect explanation. Mr. Burns said that his true admiration is reserved for the self-made man.
So, you don't respect me.
No, not until you earn it.
Smithers was feeling lower than ever, so he wanted to fix that and go to a gay bar. But, wow, unwanted even at a gay bar. So Smithers had to go to, apparently, the only other bar in town, Moe's. When he got in, he noticed that there was no one in the bar, and Moe said that the business is slow. Moe says he's surprised that Smithers is not across the street, drinking for fun.
Instead of here, where a horrible addiction compels you.
That's one way to describe your work environment. Smithers told Moe they won't let him in, and Smithers is annoyed that there isn't a men's bar for the average-looking person. Did I see a light bulb appear? Oh no, that's just Mr. Burns' head. A weird way to get an idea, but I guess it worked. Smithers offered Moe help with turning his bar into a hangout for guys like him, which Moe immediately liked. But Moe told Smithers he's not comfortable hanging around gays all night, and Smithers said that that's too bad. But then, Moe had a change of heart when...
No more for me and my body!
That was my grandmother's wedding urinal!
Does he not have a house? Why is there such random stuff at his bar? Moe decided that some changes need to be made, and he and Smithers make a deal. As soon as they finished renovations, they began having customers. When the bouncer wouldn't allow some non-model looking gays to go into the bar, Smithers swooped in and told them he has another place for them. Say less, Waylon. But when Homer, Lenny, and Carl walked in, they noticed something was different about Moe's.
There's no chicks here. Somehow there's more no chicks here than usual.
Or maybe there's more feminine energy than usual. Soon, Moe's became quite a hit in the LGBT community, and it was packing. Homer even brought Marge there for drinks, but then she noticed something. Moe was talking to one of his customers, and the guy asked him if he wanted to go to Gay Day at Krusty Land. Is he asking him out on a date? Moe politely declined and said that he has some previous arrangements, and Marge asked him,
Do these guys think you're one of them?
Moe realized that he's been leading them on, and he said that maybe he should clear the air.
There's something I gotta tell yous. If you tell them you're straight, they just might go somewhere else.
That literally makes zero sense, since they have no other place to go, so that argument is thrown out the window. So, Moe didn't say anything. Great job, Moe. Just amazing. The next day, Smithers brought Mr. Burns to Moe's to show him his new business.
Oh, a splendid gentleman's club. You've earned my respect.
So, how about that will now? But then Smithers noticed Moe flirting with one of the customers, and he pulled him aside. Smithers asks him if he's been telling the men that he's one of them.
Hey, it's the bartender's job to agree with the customer.
Agree, not flirt, not lie about his preferences. Mo tells him to relax and not worry too much. The next night, Julio, Patty, and some of their friends went to Mo's to lift their spirits after the city told them they wouldn't let them march in the Springfield Founders Parade. They say they're sick of being second-class citizens and that things will never change until one of them is on the town council.
Will you become Springfield's first openly gay city councilman?
Mo said that if they can vote, then he can win. So much for just agreeing with the customer. Smithers took Mo aside and told him he needs to discuss an inventory issue with him.
You're not gay.
Phew, I thought it was an inventory issue.
I think you have bigger issues at hand here. Mo told Smithers not to worry.
I'll let him down easy.
In 4 years?
How does he plan on pretending to be gay for 4 years? So on the day of the election, Mo stood up in front of everyone and said that he's there to elect himself. But he didn't think Smithers was going to be there too, and that he would say,
But Mo, how can you be their leader when you're not one of them?
uh-oh, the ball was dropped. Mo tried to get out of it and say that he is one of them, and that he does all sorts of gay things. Smithers was prepared to take this home, and he said,
All right, if you're attracted to me, then kiss me, Mo.
Okay, prepare to be kissed.
this should be fun. After a few seconds of preparation, Mo leaned in to kiss Smithers, the most unlikely pair ever.
I'm sorry, everyone. Oh, this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to say, but I ain't gay.
You could have seen that one from miles away, but somehow they fell for his act. Mo said that at first he was gay only for their money. Mo said he felt accepted by them in a way he's never been before, so he asked everyone, who are they gonna vote for?
Me or a Republican whose record is so anti-gay, he's clearly secretly super gay?
The people get confused as to who to vote for, the liar or the denier. That's how elections are. The crowd went their separate ways, and Smithers told Mo he's sorry.
As long as I got nothing to lose.
Not bad.
Oh, I didn't expect that. But they do make a cute, semi-ugly couple. But now let's see one of Waylon's actual relationships. Smithers finds true love with a famous fashion designer. But turns out his new boyfriend is an even worse person than Mr. Burns. Portrait of a Lackey on Fire opens with Smithers telling Mr. Burns he got 8 new puppies, and Mr. Burns told him he will be in charge of their training.
And you've allowed the training dummies to fall into terrible disrepair. So I've ordered a new one.
Homer, how did you fall for this again? So after the puppies have been trained, Mr. Burns told Smithers it's time to see which one of his rich and powerful allies need watchdogs. Then Mr. Burns saw that he got a puzzle from one of his allies, and he was confused by it. Smithers trying to explain to him that it's an activity people do for fun, with friends and family.
Perhaps you and I could.
Perhaps you could stop assuming familiarity with your betters.
Okay, that was harsh for no reason at all. Smithers went to the stables to cry and sulk when Homer walked in on him and told him he doesn't have to be lonely. Homer complimenting a man without announcing he's not gay first is some real character development. Smithers tells Homer that the dating pool in Springfield is pretty bleak, and it's always guys who don't want to commit, or straight guys who are going through a phase. Homer told Smithers he's gonna find him a man Marge. Honestly, Smithers would really benefit from someone like Man Marge. The next day, Mr. Burns sold the puppies in exchange for some oil, except for one, with no killer instinct.
I hope they find you a dictator who's as sweet as you are.
Or how about a Fortune 500 fashion designer?
Well, he looks pretty well bred. The man said that the puppy reminds him of his last boyfriend, and these words start ringing in Homer's ears.
His last girlfriend was a boy? Your last girlfriend was a boy?
He's trying, give him a break. Homer took the man to meet Smithers, and they were talking about making a deal for the puppy, and Homer said that he told Mr. DeGruff that Smithers has some questions about what the puppy is looking for in a companion. Subtle, Homer. Smithers tells Mr. DeGruff that the puppy is his, and he says that this calls for a celebration.
But hot in a 1960s Cape Canaveral kind of way. I'd love to take you on a date.
Well, I'd love to say yes.
Ooh, a new love story is brewing. The two of them go on a date, and Michael tells Smithers he's like no one he's ever met. Only Luigi's mom is having some problems, but that's a story for another time. The two of them really have fun, and that night Smithers was telling Michael it's too bad he has to leave. when he tells him he canceled his flight.
Why?
Because it would be much harder to fall in love with you from Milan.
Oh, it's like a scene from a romantic comedy. The next day, Marge overheard Homer and Waylon talking, and she asked Homer, what was that all about?
You probably don't even know him. He's some fashion designer guy. Michael DeGraff?
Something tells me she does know him. Marge tells Homer she has to meet Michael, and Homer said he can see what he can do about that when they get back from their trip.
It's pretty sweet to completely alter the course of people's lives. If it goes great, I'm a genius.
Homer says that if that doesn't go well, he'll just turn off his phone. But nonetheless, the lives of other people will be altered forever. And all that because of Homer. Sounds like a horror movie. Meanwhile, Waylon and Michael are on their trip. And when they got back, Smithers rushed to see Mr. Burns and apologize for not being available this weekend.
Or last weekend I was...
You were gone? Who cares? I figured it out. These pieces are designed to interlock.
Yes, that's kind of the point of the game. When Smithers went outside, Marge was already there waiting for him, and she wanted to know all about Michael. Smithers tells her that Michael is kind of perfect. Smithers says it's nice to be in love with someone who is good. He's gonna turn out bad, isn't he? Marge told Smithers she's dying to meet him, so she said that she and Homer were gonna throw them a party, and Smithers agreed. At the party, Smithers asked Marge one very important question.
When did you first realize that Homer was the one? The great love of your life?
Marge tells him that after he got him pregnant, she knew she wanted to have kids with him. How romantic. Michael used the party as an opportunity to let everyone know that he's decided to manufacture his new retail line in Springfield. After the factory opened, Lisa wanted to check it out, and she asked Homer if he knows anybody who works there. Homer tells her that he is friends with all of them. When Lisa walked in, she immediately noticed that something was wrong, and she asked what happened to all the toxic stuff. Oh, Lisa's not about to let this slide.
No wonder fast fashion is so inexpensive. This place is terrible for the environment.
Smithers is about to get Lisa'd. Homer went to talk to Smithers, and he showed him what happened to Lake Springfield because of Michael's factory.
It's gone flat.
Michael must have an explanation. He's a good man.
Not so good, apparently. Smithers said he needs advice from someone who understands the ethical challenges faced by business leaders. Smithers told Mr. Burns he can't believe he's asking him, of all people, but he needs to ask him something about his love life.
Tell me about the lucky lady.
Man.
Oh, what's her
Is.
name?
Michael.
Michelle. Such a lovely name.
Potato, potato. Smithers tells Mr. Burns that Michael is a CEO of a major company and that he's wonderful to him, but he's worried that he might ruthlessly care about nothing but profit. When Mr. Burns heard that Smithers was actually talking about Michael DeGraff, he immediately said,
Smithers, you fool. Marry that man right now.
What?
So you have to pretend to be gay. Who cares?
Mr. Burns tells him that Michael is a billionaire. Yeah, Waylon, I don't think Mr. Burns should have been the person you went to talk to about this.
Fast fashion is far more toxic than nuclear power.
It's worse?
Mr. Burns tells him that Michael is profiting off a product that nobody needs. I guess Smithers has a type. Mr. Burns told Smithers he found himself a hell of a guy and he shouldn't let him slip away. Smithers confronted Michael about this, but he said that he has an amazing crisis management company, and that in fast fashion, whoever cuts the most corners wins.
I can't believe I fell in love with a monster.
Really? It seems to me that you have a pretty consistent type.
Called it first. Michael told Waylon he deserves Milan and Paris, and that he loves that he cares about what's right, but he should do what's right for him. Oh, he's a master manipulator. Michael raised a glass to seeing the best in each other and ignoring everything else. But then his puppy came and messed with his pants. If there's one thing Smithers doesn't stand for, it's violence against his precious puppies. So he broke up with him. Later, he was talking to Homer and he told him that it's gonna take some time to get over Michael, but
I did get one thing out of the relationship. Someone to be there when I come home.
I guess there is true love for everyone.
You're the one hound I'll never release.
But have you ever wondered how did Smithers come to work for Mr. Burns? Oh, let me show you. A hypnotist uncovers a traumatic experience from Homer's childhood that led to the unveiling of another major secret. The Blunder Years opens with Homer pranking Marge, and she gets really humiliated and mad at him.
Gotta make it up to her. How about Benihana, where dinner is the show?
How about not? Homer takes the family out to dinner, and the star of the show was a hypnotist called Mesmerino. Mesmerino begins looking around the room, scanning for people he could make fun of, and then hypnotize. And then he got to Smithers and Mr. Burns.
Sitting next to Skeletor here makes you look like Hercules.
He wasn't going for that. but it doesn't make it any less true. Mesmerino says he's joking, and he adds,
But seriously, it's very nice to see a young man take his father out for a night of hypnotism. Before he dies!
Smithers tells him that his father is dead. Well, now he just looks like a jerk. Mesmerino looks around the room again, and he asks if there's anyone who's not a downer. You can only guess once who answered his question. Well, now that's Homer any day of the week. How do we know that he's really hypnotized? Mesmerino wanted to kick it up a notch, so he commanded Homer,
Now, you are a young boy at 12 years old.
Okay, that seems fairly innocent.
It's a beautiful summer day at the old swimming hole.
Do something, Mesmerino.
Mesmerino tries to snap Homer out of it, and he stops the hypnosis, but Homer continued screaming.
Better get him home.
Here you go!
Oh, he's broken now. Homer kept screaming the entire night, and the next day, Lenny and Carl brought him back home from work.
Sorry, Mrs. S. He was kind of disrupting things at work.
Yeah.
They put Homer down on the couch, and Marge was really worried about him.
My hunch is he's struggling with some sort of repressed memory.
Well, duh, how did nobody come up with that earlier? The question now is, how do they unrepress it?
Well, the Yaqui Indians brew a special tea that unlocks memories.
I'd like to get some of that tea and remember the things I learned at college. Marge asked Homer if something is coming back to him from the time that he was 12 years old. And Homer said that he remembers he used to go hiking with Lenny and Carl a lot. One time, they went hiking and they ran into Fat Tony and his gang. Yes, they had a gang, even back then. Then Moe showed up and saved the day. In both realities. When did he get there? Homer asked Moe what was he doing there, and he said that his bar is empty, and...
Why ain't you guys there?
We're trying to uncover a hidden trauma in my dad's childhood.
Hey, don't give him more reasons to stay, because he's already hooked. Moe knew exactly what they were talking about, so he sipped some tea and continued the story. He said that night, the four of them camped out under the stars. The next morning, they went to the old quarry to have a swim, but they saw it was empty. Well, most of them did. They said that only a moron would jump in. Yeah, only a moron, aka Homer.
And there's your whatchamacall repressed trauma. I mean, who likes getting muddy? It's terrible.
I agree with Moe, but I don't think that was the trauma in question. And Homer said so too. He said that he remembers falling in the mud, but that's not the whole story.
Something else happened in that quarry.
Homer remembered he was confused that there was no water, and he wanted to see what was clogging its way. But then a stream of water poured out, and Homer found himself under a decomposing corpse. Well, now I feel bad for laughing.
It's responsible for everything wrong in my life.
Now there was another question waiting to be answered. What in the world is that body doing here?
You know, if Dad never told anyone, that body must still be out there.
I mean, it couldn't have gotten up and left, so probably Nancy Drew. So the family thought it would be smart if they went to investigate. You know, the whole shebang. Mom, Dad, and two small children investigating a possible murder. But then someone's lamplight shined on them, and it was Chief Wiggum. He asks them what they're doing here.
We're investigating a possible murder case.
You mind if I tag along? I'm kind of a crime buff.
I mean, you better be if you're a cop. They try to find the body by fishing for it, but with no luck. And then Marge got an idea. Remember the prank Homer was pulling on her? Well, it was because she was fantasizing about a guy on the paper towels, but not just any paper towels. Homer saw the skeleton and he approached it and said,
It's the body!
And someone has eaten the flesh.
Why is he looking at the people around him? Chief Wiggum asked the question, who sent the body down the pipe? So what better way to spend their evening than to go into the pipe and check it out?
Now do you believe dead rats float, Lisa?
Yes!
See, this is just not something where you bring your kids along. They come to the end of the line, and Wiggum says that means the murderer could be on the other side of the hatch. He opens the hatch and fires his gun. The bullet hits the light switch, and they see that they're in Mr. Burns' office. Mr. Burns asks them what they're doing in his corpse hatch.
Montgomery Burns, you're under arrest for murder.
Homer showed Mr. Burns the skull of the dead man, and he asked him to explain.
I've been expecting this day for 30 years.
Mr. Burns says that the skull belongs to his dear friend, Waylon Smithers Sr.
But I did not murder him, and I can prove it. With this film.
Ooh, a movie. The film showed Mr. Burns 30 years younger, looking at numbers going crazy at the plant and alarms going off around him. He called for Smithers, and he came holding a baby. Smithers told him he was feeding Waylon Jr.
Will you put that baby down? There's something wrong with the reactor core.
I just realized I never asked this question. Does Mr. Burns know anything about how the nuclear plant works? Waylon Sr. said he's going to go inside and take a look, and Mr. Burns tried to stop him.
If this reactor blows, the whole town is doomed, including my son.
Oh, he was a brave man. Wayland Sr. gave Mr. Burns the baby and he went into the reactor core. Mr. Burns saw the numbers going down and alarms shutting off, and he told Wayland Jr. his dad did it.
Look at your heroic daddy in there, making funny faces, falling to the floor, shedding his hair.
And the rest is history. Mr. Burns said that Smithers Sr. gave his life to save the plant. And since there was nothing else for him to do, he shoved his heroic corpse down the sewer. He said he never told Smithers the truth about his father until tonight. Uh-oh, Smithers Jr. was there the whole time. Mr. Burns apologized to Smithers for lying to him.
But I wanted to spare you the details of your father's gruesome death.
Wayland said he's glad he knows his father died a hero, instead of the other way.
I told him his father was killed in the Amazon by a tribe of savage women.
Smithers told him that they'll never truly know. I think we do know, with the attraction to much older men and all, but okay, we don't have to talk about that now. Freud would have a field day with this one. Smithers seems like a calm man, but when he loses it, he really loses it. Smithers is forced to take a vacation, so he appoints Homer as his temporary replacement. Homer the Smithers opens with Smithers losing his mind over letting Mr. Burns down.
I don't deserve to live on your planet anymore!
Pull yourself together, man.
Honestly, I expected Mr. Burns to insult him in some way. Mr. Burns told Smithers he needs to take a vacation, and Smithers pleaded with him not to make him go away.
Without you, I'll wither and die!
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Ruthless, as always. Mr. Burns tells Smithers to find a replacement to take his place while he's on vacation, and Smithers thought to himself he must find someone incompetent, and in his words, ugly, so he doesn't become a permanent replacement.
Dim-witted. Monstrously ugly. Nuts to this. I'll just go get Homer Simpson.
That's something I'd expect from Mr. Burns, but you, Wayland? Gee, he really did need that vacation. Smithers explained to Homer that taking care of Mr. Burns is like doing 2,800 small jobs, and most important of all, is dodging his mother's calls. After a day of being on vacation, he called to check how everything was going.
Everything's fine, Smithers. This Simpson fellow seems to be getting dumber by the minute.
Well, he may not know how to make oatmeal or deliver messages on time, but don't insult him, at least not in front of him. That night, Homer heard Mr. Burns calling for him from all the way from his mansion, only to tell him to answer the phone for him. When Homer answered, he told Mr. Burns, "It's Smithers calling him again." Mr. Burns took this opportunity to insult Homer again, and he continued to do so for the next couple of days until...
You're a travesty of a joke of an assistant.
Oh, he deserved that swing. Homer was so scared of what he had done that he ran home immediately. But when he came back, he saw Mr. Burns hiding behind a plant. Homer apologized to him, but Mr. Burns was so frightened he just asked him to leave. Over the next few hours, and maybe a day or two, I'm not sure, Mr. Burns had to do things by himself, and he actually became self-reliant. Homer found this weird, and he asked Mr. Burns if he needs anything from him at all, and Mr. Burns said,
"No, Homer, you've already done more for me than any man. Your brutal attack forced me to fend for myself."
Is this really happening?
I want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God. I knew I shouldn't have left.
Oh yeah, and Smithers is back because he sensed Mr. Burns needed him. Mr. Burns welcomed him back and he told Homer he can go back to his regular job. But then he turned to Smithers and said that he is no longer needed and fired him. I guess he didn't expect that either. Homer felt bad for getting Smithers fired, so he decided to help him get his job back. They came up with a plan to make Mr. Burns talk to his mother so Smithers could jump in and save the day. Smithers called Mrs. Burns and told her that he has her son on the line, and she said,
That improvident lackwit. Always too busy striding about his atom mill to call his own mother.
I wouldn't want to be Mr. Burns in this situation. Smithers put the call on hold and he told Homer that when he gives him the signal, Homer should transfer the call to Mr. Burns. The only problem was that Homer really may be as dumb as Mr. Burns thinks, because instead of hitting the button that said transfer, he hit another one.
Hello, Mr. Burns? This is your mother.
Who calls their son Mr.? Oh, wow. So many things are going wrong at this very moment. Smithers tried to get Homer to stop, but he wouldn't, so he had to go along with it.
Mrs. Burns is 122 years old, so try to sound more desiccated. And she doesn't call her son Mr. Burns.
For starters, Homer then continued to say,
I just called to say I don't love you. You are a bad son, Montel.
So, impersonate my mother, will you?
Well, yeah, that kind of was the entire plan. And who's Montel? Mr. Burns thought that Smithers put Homer up to this, and Homer played along with this theory, so the two of them got into a physical fight. The match I never thought I'd like to see, but here we are, nonetheless. Mr. Burns tries to stop them, but he got scared, and he climbed on top of his big stuffed bear. And when Smithers hit Homer, he lost balance and pushed the bear out the window, along with Mr. Burns. Thankfully, he didn't die, and Smithers was back and taking care of him.
Oh, and as for that brutish fellow who knocked me out the window, see that he gets what's coming to him.
Smithers tells him he has already taken care of it. And by that he meant he got Homer a giant fruit basket with a thank you card.
What'd you get that for?
For knocking Mr. Burns out of a third-story window?
Makes sense to me.
Bart asked Homer if Mr. Burns died, and Homer said,
What am I, a doctor?
Thank God, no. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know your favorite Smithers moments in the comments below.